Did you know that creativity skills can be learned? Many people think creativity as this profound ability that is bestowed to us when we're born. I believe that everyone is creative in their own way. I even believe that every decision we make is a creative decision. Who we are is creative. All the decisions we've made up to this point has made us into who we are today. We didn't have a robot in our heads growing up saying what things to do and what things to like or hate. Everything around us is made with the use of creativity. Living things around us have adapted to the world using creativity. That one might be a bit too far-fetched, but how would they have lived on this earth for so long without having to live differently? Why is it that creativity and being an artist are aspects that people think they have or aren't? What does it take to be creative or to be an artist? You are an artist. You are creative. Here are my steps, along with some advice from others to feel this way. Hey, my name is Steven Ia. I'm a full-time editor based in Philadelphia, aspiring to one day stand up in front of school boards to keep creative classes in the curriculum. I'm currently on my artistic journey to paint works like Monet, Van Gogh, John Singer Sargent, and many other impressionist artists during the late 1800s and early 1900s. Before this, I believed I would one day be a cinematographer for a feature film and change gears to become an editor and wait for the day to direct my own film.
You know what, I'm going too much for what I want it to look like, instead of asking for what it wants to look like. I'm going to just answer what it wants to be.
Needless to say, I love being creative. I especially love watching people firsthand be creative or hear about their creative journey. It's a process that I know is so difficult to follow and the least rewarding. There have been so many misses on things I've drawn or painted, but when I have a hit, then I've struck gold. Today, I'm filming myself paint a still life of this cute heart-shaped teapot, just in time for Valentine's Day. You'll see that I don't exactly paint everything, but you'll hear from me about my process and what I changed up as I dive deep into the creative process. Belief. Believing in yourself is important. Believing in yourself consists of staying true to who you are and what you stand for. If you aren't true to yourself, then you aren't believing. If you don't stand up for yourself, then you aren't believing. To believe in yourself, you have to understand yourself. You have to learn yourself. Ways that I found myself more is putting myself in difficult situations, therapy, and talking to myself. I found myself in times that who I was and what I've built at the time was challenged. The structure of my thoughts and feelings were taken by tornadoes and storms of interactions and feelings that I didn't even have belief in its structure. I was torn apart, ripped to shreds, but I kept one aspect of life that's brought me here today: belief. I believed that I would work on myself emotionally, executing positive habits, and also added physical stress onto myself to build a foundation that would never break again. I believed in all of it. I believed that I could be the person I wanted to be. I wanted to become a painter, and so I already believed I was one. Belief also means to fall into the truth that you can't do this all without help. I've had help from therapy, my significant other, and family. Without them, my mind wouldn't have this big well of belief in myself. Attempt. Have you ever went on a hike to the top of a mountain and took a few steps and said, nope, can't do it, won't do it, don't want to do it? Well, that's just the same as attempting to be creative and be an artist. We aren't attempting to create stick figures and completely give up because it isn't a beautiful portrait with shading. No, we have to attempt to be like the greats. That is the end goal. Attempt takes time, effort, patience, and most importantly, failure. You have to attempt to be the best to know what it takes to be the best. Climb small mountains in your head. Appreciate those small wins. You'll be beaten by challenges that arise, but you have to believe that you can do it again and win. Analyze. This is subjective. My analysis won't be the same as yours won't be the same as mine. You have to take a step away from what you're building and see if it can hold up against the challenges you put against it. Did you bend or break at points? Did you wobble but found your footing? Ask yourself these questions and see if you can answer them. Understand what you've said to yourself and keep moving. Data is king. Learn from it.
You know what, that's what I'm going to keep it to. As much as I want to try to get everywhere with it, I'm just going to take what I saw. I'm going to take what I also felt. I love that. Here, we don't always clear the objective. We find what's kind of speaking instead of forcing it to be something it doesn't want to be. I'm not trying to force this, whatever I'm making within my hands now, something it doesn't want to be. I created it to be something it was made to be when I plopped down paint onto the paper. That is a creative decision.
Those are my points. Here are steps from a video speech by Cleese on creativity and how to start being creative. I'll link that video down below. 1. You need space. Be relaxed in your environment, whatever that may look like. 2. Be undisturbed. You don't want people to break that train of creativity. 3. Have a set time frame to sit in this for longer than 30 minutes. You need to wiggle into it before creativity is in full motion. 4. Confidence. Like I said, believe in yourself. 5. Humor. Make fun of yourself. Life shouldn't be taken too serious. My drawings and paintings are usually far from perfect, and I look funny sometimes in my portraits. It's part of the process. You have to be easy on yourself and others.
I love that. I just let it start speaking to me, and I was finding myself just so irritated at what I wanted it to be. I didn't pay attention to what was being shown to me.
See, creativity is more of a way of living than it is who you are. Enable good habits and you'll succeed. You just have to go and find what is already inside of you. Well, that's all for now. Consider subscribing if you would like to follow my artistic journey. And remember, every decision is a creative decision.